Please enjoy these highlights from my stream where I played Esper Control in Best of 1 Ranked, where I abused the fact that I have no creatures main deck to make a lot of my opponent's cards real bad. Yeah, pretty good. Don't see the best of 1 hand algorithm is pretty decent. You don't actually see a lot of mulligans in this queue. Uh-oh. I think I'll go for Thought Erasure here. Well, we want to get this thing going. I think I might have to Thought Erasure here, though, because I don't currently have an answer to any creature like this Runaway Steamkin. My opponent has 2 of them, unfortunately. Maybe I'd leave him with us? No, I can't have to take a Steamkin. I can't leave him with 2. Oh, there's a cast down. Okay, it's perfect. Play 1. I can cast it down. I think I want to absorb something this turn, and then next turn cast down and play Search. Oh, he just played another one? Okay, that's fine. I can absorb the additional one. Is there any reason to not just cast down right away? No, but is there any reason to cast down right away? No. I'll cast down. Nice, he says. I could keep that. Yeah, I'll keep that. Experimental Frenzy. He's ways away from casting it. I don't have an answer to this Chain Whirler right now, so I'm just going to take the Chain Whirler. There's a Kaya's Wrath. I cannot cast that, so I'm just going to bin it. Graveyard that. I'm assuming he's going to end a turn Wizard's Lightning me. I'm just going to let that happen so I can try and negate his Experimental Frenzy. Might just die before he even casts Experimental Frenzy. Double negate. Alright, I can negate anything now. Let's graveyard that Chemist's Insight. There's a Karn. We can play Karn minus and hold up negate. I think I like that.
Evil must not be tolerated. Oh. Say hello to my little friend.
A Chain Whirler would be pretty good. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that happen.
I will return.
Instead of double negate, I can negate anything here. Alright, here we go. Frenzy down. We're at 8. Opponent's got 2-1. Got an active Escanta. I think we'll use it here. Oof. That was pretty bad. What, a virtual yeah, virtual 5 if he untaps, or a virtual 4. I think we Escanta again. There's a Vraska's Contempt, that'll do for now. The reason I'm activating Escanta on my own turn is because I have sorcery speed Wraths that killed multiple creatures. There's an Absorb now. There's a Wrath. Let's use that right now. Play our land. Hardcast light up the stage hit. Mountain Skewer. Alright, I like that. It's a moment of craving. Okay, we're in pretty good shape now. I could go for another Escanta right now. Try and find a Teferi. It's Ixalan's Binding and a Mortify. I don't think the Bindings can be very useful. I'll take the Mortify. Best case scenario is my opponent tries for like some effect to enable Spectacle and then gets got. He's gonna want to cast his Skewer this turn. I'll absorb it. Alright, we're looking for Teferi at this point. There he is.
This isn't a... You know what? I'm not done yet.
Island. Now we can, Island is perfect because now we can. Oops! Actually, I should have untapped Escanta there. That was a mistake. Nice. I could have either Escanted or flashback Chemist's Insight, but that was, yeah, I should have untapped Escanta there. Can't cast Absorb right now, but I think we can keep. Probably find another blue source with a Thought Erasure. Plains, eh? Thought Erasure here. It's got Snubhorn Sentry, Conclave Tribunal, History Benalia, and Dauntless Bodyguard. I think I'll just take the history. I could just take a Dauntless Bodyguard. Do I want another one of those? Probably not. Right now my opponent does have... Yeah, I don't think... good. I changed my mind. I'll keep the other one. So this turn I have a decision. I think I just hold up Negate to negate the History Benalia. Because if I Thought Erasure him, take one, and he draws, either has a second one in hand or draws one, then he'll resolve one this turn. But if I negate it, then that won't happen. Now I'll Thought Erasure. Again, we desperately need a blue source. I'll just take the Bodyguard. Ixalan's Binding. Ixalan's Binding just gets Conclave Tribunaled, so I think I'm actually going to graveyard that. Just want a blue source for these absorbs to start doing work. Tide Taker was pretty good there, but we can do things. Oh, speaking of good cards, Cry the Carnarium, off the chain good there. Sky Marcher, sure. So we need 6 lands so we can play Teferi plus and still have Absorb up to counter the Concave Tribunal. And we'll just start absorbing anything that my opponent casts, basically. Like a Tithe Taker. That. Any untapped land. There we go.
Sorry, hold that thought.
We'll absorb the Concave Tribunal. And he might just concede there. Best part about Thought Erasure is it just allows you to line up your spells better to match your opponents.
I'm getting too old for this. Let's skip to the good part.
I think we'll just Kaya's Wrath here. There's a history, sure. I think I'll just plus. Well, let's see. I could minus here. I could just plus.
We need to move quickly.
I was thinking I could minus there, then Wraths could tempt the next one. But I end up at the same life total. Well, I guess I need to Wraths tempt this one if I do intend to do a minus play. I want to keep my Teferi. Alright. That did it. This is pretty good. We need a double black if we want to Cry of the Carnarium. But we do have Mortifiance and a Chemist's Insight. I think we can keep this pretty happily. Oh, black-red, interesting. There's our double black and our 4th land. Oh, Jund. Guess we'll just keep playing Shocklands tapped. Could have some Planeswalkers, that'll be an issue for me. Probably want to Mortify this turn, possibly. Play the Isolated Chapel. I could maybe deny him Spectacle. Don't know if he's got Spectacle cards. I'll just Mortify it. He has a Nerfin. Probably go for a Chemist's Insight here. He's stuck on 3, eh? I like this spot. There's a Teferi. I think I'll go ahead and play Teferi into an open board. And then have a cast down available.
Right on schedule.
Okay, he's gonna Lightning Strike him to death, maybe. Lightning strike and shock.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen. Hurry!
Watery Grave, Pelican. Might shock myself so that I can cast Chemist's Insight and a Mortify, or sorry, Chemist's Insight and a Cast Down in the same turn. I think I can discard a Mortify here. Alright. Oh, I still have to discard a card. I think we won't need Cry the Carnarium. Actually, we'll see. There's 5 mana. Skargan Hellkite, that's fine. We'll just cast him down. There's another Teferi.
I know. Keep up the pace.
I guess I'll just play Glacial Fortress, untap 2 black lands. Another Skargan Hellkite, sure. Let's mortify that again. Holding on to Vraska's Contempt for Phoenix reasons. It's a Thought Erasure. You might just concede to that.
We need to move quickly.
What's he working with over there? Status statue, bunch of junk. Literally nothing matters here. I guess I'll just take the shock. I can bin that. Oops, I should have taken the Fine Finality. I got confused and thought that was double status statue. Definitely should have taken the Fine Finality. My bad. Rather than the shock. Yeah, that might come back to bite me. I will absorb the Finality. Or the Find, I should say. And there's a Karn. Guess I'll start with plussing.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Don't need a Thought Erasure or anything.
How convenient.
2 Drowned Catacombs.
Choice. Good choice.
I'll get that absorb back next turn.
Keep up the pace.
Another Teferi. I guess I'll Thought Erasure him, see what the unknown card is. More Lava Coils. There's Negate. Sure, I'll take Negate. This is a very frustrating deck to play against. I'm glad I'm on this side of things. That'll do it. Next turn we're going Ultimate Teferi, then play another Teferi. Start exiling his lands, starting with particular colors of mana. Bloodies green and orange black. Mitgo Stark. Well, there's quite a few Starks there in the Magic universe. Bill Stark, Ben Stark, but it's probably just one that I don't know. We're on the draw. I think we can keep. Hopefully he doesn't have a super aggressive start. Burn Tomb, not usually associated with super aggressive starts. There's Kaya's Wrath. Keep that in mind. For Carnage Tyrant, potentially. It's got land, another Jade Light. So there's this negate. We want to have negate available on turn 5. Let's go ahead and put Glacial Fortress here and mortify something. I think we'll just probably just mortify this thing. He's probably going to play another Jade Light Ranger regardless. Don't think I need the additional information. Log with Walker, is that going to the bin? Lino Elves. There's a search for Escanta. We could go Shocker Cells, play Gul'da's Shrine, and search for Escanta. It's probably worth doing. The other thing we could just do is say go, end step Vras's Contempt. I think the likelihood that we need to negate is reasonably high, so I'm just going to play a search. Gonna find those two back. Guess I'll just negate. There's an incubation druid. Graveyard that thing. So I don't think we're gonna go for Teferi here. I think we're just going to, I don't know, probably Chemist's Insight, untap, and Kaya's Wrath. Is he going to adapt this turn? Pick 7. This says to me he really wants to Hydrate Crisis me next turn. Let's see, is this thing flipping by chance? Not even close. Graveyard that. Cry the Carnarium is cute. We could actually go... No, we're mana short of going to Fairy Plus. So this Kaya's Wrath. There's the Vivian. It's gonna Vivian my Escanta? That's what I would probably do.
Every fight makes me strong. Get that out of here.
Get that out of here. So, can we play Teferi Plus? No, we're still mana short of play Teferi Plus and Vras's Contempt. We could go Teferi Minus. I think I'm going to do that, actually. Just getting a Teferi out is pretty valuable. I also have to remember there's a Vivian right there. Oh, he's got another one. Well, that's sort of okay.
I've lost so much already. I won't lose more.
Now he's shuffled that other Vivian away. Yeah, that worked out just fine for us, I think.
Hold that thought.
Okay. No, Vras's Contempt this guy. And play
I've
Glacial
seen worse.
Fortress. I'm assuming a Hydrate Crisis is coming down this turn. Flashback to the Chemist's Insight. And we'll just get rid of the Hallowed Fountain. It's possible this Cry the Carnarium comes in handy. More Teferis left and right. Mortify this guy. One thing I could do is cry the Carnarium here. Just so he can't get a good fine finality. If he has another one. Sure, let's exile that Hydrate Crisis. It's a little strange. Maybe it won't end up mattering. Seed Fairy.
Now what?
I'm alright with this, given I have 2 more Teferis in my hand. I think he does have a fine... Yeah, I feel like a genius now. Does he play one here? He does. Okay, he's got another Vivian. Well, I guess we're going for Teferi plus.
If you show... Let's skip to the
It's a
good part.
cast down. Gonna rescue tempt me again? Boo!
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
That Vivian on my Escanta was pretty brutal. Because I would have had an Escanta. Oh, hey, Stone Life, you got 2 Apex ones yesterday? Nice, man. I was busy napping when I could have been playing with you. I'm so sorry. But now you're gonna be the one carrying me. I'm assuming he's gonna play a Vivian this turn. I want to play my Teferi and then minus on his Vivian.
You can't stop nature.
Last time he found Zilch, Hydrate Crisis is kind of an issue.
I can no longer stand by. You need to take a time
Gonna draw a
out.
lot of cards. Including that Vivian we just put right here. Equals 8. If we found a Ixalan's Binding, then
No time for a break.
Kai's Wrath. The fact that he's gonna have a Vivian again is a big issue. Oh, there goes my Kaya's Wrath number 2.
How this thing goes is up to you, pal.
How's he doing for cards in deck? 29? Alright. I kind of want this thing to... Okay, good. I will be able to cry of the Carnarium it. Is he going to keep the Thought Erasure on top? Looks like he is. Oh, nice. I get to cry Carnarium both of these things away.
Keep up the pace.
Alright. May have to attack his Vivian.
I battle for the forces of good. Awaken!
No one knows the wilds like I do.
Attacking his Vivian might be hard. Actually, I should have just... What am I thinking? I should have just absorbed that, because he's just going to Thought Erasure me now. That was a mistake. Chemistry's Insight. That's fine. Should have just absorbed this Jade Light Ranger. That was bad. Well, I think I'm going to absorb the Moment of Craving. These are both exiled. Don't think I can afford to lose a Teferi here, so plus.
No time for a break.
Oh, that's pretty good. Get to hit Vivian a little bit.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
I think I'll hold this land in hand to trick my opponent to maybe thought erasuring me.
Now we're getting started. Balance comes.
I got 2 planeswalkers to his 1. There goes the thought erasure. Hey, Judge Grid. Hey, sorry, I've been so focused on this game. Checking back on chat. Stone Life says you saw a tooltip for Apex Legends for Wraith that said use a portal to keep your lagging teammates from falling behind. You should be playing Wraith with me? Yeah, maybe I should. Fight if I'm going too fast. Let's get the casting going. Atlanta row. What's down to 18 cards remaining. Start with Karn. Guess we'll get an absorb next turn, maybe. Let's play Teferi Plus.
You know what?
Negate.
I'm not done yet.
I want to keep some more critters alive here. Opponent can go for a gigantic Hydrate Crisis, but he might deck himself if he does that. He's got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So he could, like, X equals 9, draw 9, or sorry, X equals 16, draw 8 cards. He's gonna attack my Karn. I'll chump with a construct. Karn can minus and get an absorb. I think he's, if he just shocked himself, he's definitely making a huge Hydrate Crisis here. X equals 14, so it's a 7-7. He drew 7 cards. Or it's 14-14, drew 7 cards. It's down to 10 cards remaining in library.
Meet my newest friend.
Took a land. Now he's down to 9 cards remaining in library. Boof. I think we have to minus Teferi in the Hydrate Crisis. Get the absorb. And say go.
Slow down.
I could like minus... I'll get the absorb, I think. I could like minus Karn again to make another Karnstruct attack Vivian. Like one of the ways I lose this game is to have Vivian ultimate. I think I want the absorb though. I think I'm losing Karn no matter what next turn. Change my mind.
Some solutions must be built.
Might lose both Planeswalkers.
Ooh. You'll have to do better than that.
He's got 9 cards remaining. Oh. I guess I'll just let that happen. I think I'm losing Teferi. Almost down to 8 cards remaining. Vivian might minus on a Karnstruct. Yeah.
This is nothing.
Alright. Vivian ult, not happening. I'm losing Teferi. How many,
Only time will tell.
That's my little... Is that my last Teferi? That is. And I've lost my Karn. Might not be able to win this game. I've got 3 Kaya's Wraths gone. Yeah, I think I don't win here. I want us to leave top, unless he deck himself. I think we're losing. Yeah, he's just gonna jam even more creatures here. That's smart. Am I just dead on board? 8 plus 8, 16, 13, 14, 15, 16. I can block this thing. Yeah, maybe I can live. Assuming my car instruct will die. Get one more turn, but I don't think I have an out. Another Kaya's Wrath would be an out, but I'm pretty sure I've cast all the Kaya's Wraths I have. 1, 2... Oh, was that just lethal? Oh, it was just lethal by... by more than enough anyway. Him having too many Vivians kind of spilled my doom. And mostly because he killed my Escanta. Yeah, we'll keep this. Well, these Kai's Wrath should be good against planes. Don't want him to flip a Legion's Landing into a Danto. Oh, that's pretty good. I think I'll just use that right now. Finish Marshal. It's annoying, but not the end of the world. We're just gonna go Karn plus. Just double checking that this will enter the battlefield untapped. My opponent wants to reasonably threaten Karn. He might need to add more creatures to the board, and then we get to this Kai's Wrath. And if he wants to flip Legion's Landing, you have to add more creatures to the board. Or Benelish Marshals, he's pretty good.
My retribution will be swift.
I think we'll just keep plussing Karn.
You may regret that choice.
I wonder if he'll just concede to that. Having to give me a removal spell. He'll probably concede to my Kai's Wrath. Particularly after I've given him a Vraska's, or he's given me a Vraska's Contempt. So Karn's got some gas underneath him. He's got Vraska's Contempt cast out. Yeah. That was pretty good. That Cry of the Carnarium on turn 3 was just cruel. Rigging Runner. I faced a lot of Rigging Runners yesterday. One particular mono red deck. Not the strongest card in the world. Feels magic, man. Yeah, we can keep this. We gotta Cry the Carnarium, negate Chemistry's Insight. Basically, go Godless Shrine tapped, and Glacial Fortress, possibly use the negate, possibly not. Into Isolated Chapel, possibly Cry the Carnarian. Looks like this hand is gonna be good. Now, my opponent's on the play. If he plays a Legion's Landing here, he will be able to flip it. If he doesn't have it, that's good for me. I won't be able to negate here because of the Tithe Taker. Snubhorn into, that's it. Okay, we're just going to play Cry the Carnarium. Get rid of this, the Tithe Taker mostly. Card's annoying. History Banana. So here I think I could Ixalan's Binding the History. If my opponent has his own Conclave Tribunal to hit my Ixalan's Binding, I get got kind of... Instead I could just Chemistry's Insight, keeping my opponent off. City's Blessing is important to me, but right now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll get one more, go to 7. He'd have to add 2 more cards next turn, or 3 total cards. He'd have to go land like creature or something. The other thing I could just do is Ixalan's Binding the Knight token. Mostly I just want another mass removal spell, like one of my 3 Kaya's Wrath. Let's go Isolated Chapel, go here. Go for Chemistry's Insight instead. If my opponent plays another History Benalia, we'll just negate it. Oh, Benelish Marshal is not good for me. That's going to resolve. I'm going to take 4 here. And I basically need a Kaya's Wrath now. Cast Down's decent. Cast Down and Moment's Craving is decent. So Cast Down, Benelish Marshal, Moment of Craving, a Knight token. Play Water Grave tap. Maximize reducing my opponent's permanence for City's Blessing reasons. 4. Alright. Here I can Ixalan's Binding the Knight token. And negate something. Could also go Karn Plus, and then I'd probably just die that way. Could Ixalan's Binding one of the other creatures to maybe prevent him casting one of them. I think I'll just hit the Knight token. Benelish Marshal puts me to 1 life. Oh, that's fairly good for me that I can use negate this turn. Take 4, go to 4. I could double mortify this turn. Alright. I should do them now. Should do them right now, I think. Play around him having the instant that gives creatures indestructible. Okay, the card. What does this? It chose the Knight token, so that doesn't do anything. Another history finale would be bad news. It's got planes. Alright, we're gonna go Karn. Plus.
Until you have the choices we make reveal who we are.
I'm assuming Karn will get Chemist's Incited. Or Conclave Tribunal, sorry. Chemist's Insight on the brain. Oh, the history finale, that's pretty cool. There's an absorb anyway, so I guess I'll just... Could just make a Karn Struct. I think I will do that.
There is great power in the things we make.
Opponent's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh. Might have City's Blessing here in a second. So I have to counter almost anything. I'll definitely counter that. Okay, he's Conclave Tribunaling my token. Does City's Blessing him? It does. Crap. What's he? It's Conclave Tribunaling Karn. Alright.
I am proud to have fought.
Alright, let's see what we see here. Is it Teferi? I guess I won't chump this turn. Guess it doesn't really matter. If I don't chump this turn, I go to 2. If I do chump, I can go to 5. I guess I chump. Unless we want Kai's Wrath. Thought Erasure, not so good. If we go Teferi minus, we take 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's not going to work. So we mostly have to just hit a Kaya's Wrath or Chemist's Insight here. Or, not Chemist's Insight. Kaya's Wrath or a Cry the Carnarium here. Man. I was so close. Yeah, let's get rid of the Thought Erasure. Make sure we have Kai's Wrath mana. Ooh, didn't get there. Let's see, if we go Teferi plus, and we hit a Moment of Craving, we can go to 7 and just die? Well, let's find out.
I know my
Like we get Teferi minus on the history and just take 7 and die. So I guess a plus.
We need to move
Yeah,
quickly.
it's just absolutely nothing. Guess I should Ixalan's Binding the history, although he did have a Conclave Tribunal. So that would have worked out. Boo, I say. Have to have a shave. I'll keep this. Got double black, got a Karn, got a negate. Guess I'll... It's weird my opponent shocked himself there. He's gonna opt? I think I'll just play an untapped land here. Could possibly negate my opponent's search for his counter. I'm not gonna counter an opt. I wonder what kind of deck he's playing. Because Esper Control doesn't usually play opt, I don't think. At least most of the lists I've seen. I guess he's Esper Control. Wouldn't mind if he tapped out for something here so that I could resolve a Karn next turn. Ixalan's Binding, well, he has Mortify probably, but Ixalan's Binding on a Teferi would be pretty decent. Although it would activate all his Mortifies that would otherwise be useless. Looks like we're just going to stare at each other. I could tap out for Karn right now. Because my opponent, the worst thing he could do is tap out for his own Karn, but if Karn resolves, then we're in good shape. I think I'd do that. He had the negate, oh well. It's kind of the last turn I was going to be able to tap out, and just I figured the upside, potential upside of a Karn resolving there was just so big that I figured I would go for it. I will not be so reckless with my Teferi, most likely. If he plays a Search for Scanta, and I draw land, I will go for a Teferi, however. Because the odds of him having a second negate seem low enough for me. Both of us are going to draw a bunch of dead removal spells. Oh, Dovin's Acuity. Oh, this is probably not good for me. That's why he's playing Opt. Okay. We will go for the Teferi.
Right on schedule. Hold that thought.
Dovin's Acuity means he's going to go over the top of me on the control side of things. Mastermind's Acquisition. I think that's fine. I'll just counter the card that he got rather than countering the card to get the card that he got.
Hurry!
Thought Erasure? Well, now I get to Thought Erasure it. I get to do all the things. Get to Thought Erasure him. He took a Mortal Sun. Well, that's out of here. Yep. Scan to me, please. I think I'm just going to Ixalan's Binding his Dovin's Acuity, turn off his card draw engine, and we'll still have negate back up here. That was a pretty good Thought Erasure. Yeah. That did it. Sweet deck, though. I appreciate my opponent's deck there, but not great. Mastermind's Acquisition, pretty sweet for best of ones, actually. If not for the fact that it's a 4-mana spell that does nothing the turn you cast it, but the ability to have some bullets and like have access to sideboard cards with best of one is pretty interesting. I wonder if we'll see that. In the Invitational. Bernie Magic Master, I think, is a control deck. We played him yesterday twice. With the mulligan, the one-lander. I think these Cry the Carnariums are worthless against my opponent and the Kai's Wrath, so I'm gonna mulligan again. Like, this is a better hand. We obviously need lands to do anything. If we can go like black land into Thought Erasure, find a land, into Thought Erasure, find a land, into Chemist's Insight / Absorb, then we're doing pretty good. Instead, we drew a dead removal spell. Power Stone Shard. This is different. He's playing something different, but still in a similar vein, it would seem. Oh, okay, we drew a black land. This game is still possible to win. It's got Fiery Cannonade and Banefire. These things only gain life. I think I'll just take the Banefire. And again, we just want lands from here. He seems to be like a Banefire you for 20 kind of deck. I think yesterday he was a Wilderness Reclamation Explosion deck. Keep that on top, wonder what that'll be. Yeah, okay, he's like all about that Banefire life. Unfortunately, I'm probably just gonna have to Thought Erasure him again. Yeah, I didn't hit a land. Confused. Oh, that's the card. Okay, it disappeared. That was really weird. It showed him having 4 cards in hand at one point. I guess one thing to consider is I may need to hit him with Karn constructs, and so maybe taking Fiery Cannonade is better than just taking a Gift of Paradise. My opponent's stuck on lands a little bit. I think I'll take the Fiery Cannonade. There's a land. It should show me what he's exiled with Azur's Gateway. Like, what is this exiled card? It must have been a land? Oh, there we go. We can see that one now. Oh, I can mortify a Gift of Paradise. I don't think I'll be doing that. I think he's just going to try and Banefire me to death. So I think pressuring his life total with Karn is the best thing to do. I am just going to absorb this. I don't think I'm going to have a whole lot of other targets for absorb, and Treasure Map represents 3 cards and scrying each turn. Ugh. I might just end up mortifying that Gift of Paradise. I don't think I'm going to have very many targets for Mortify. Although he could be Wilderness Reclamation. He might be Frilled Mysticking. Ugh. Oh, we're not going to win this game. So far I think he's got a lot of lands underneath this Azor's Gateway, and then one other Azor's Gateway and a land. Okay. I'm assuming this Karn's not resolving. Oh, it resolved. Interesting. Well, I'm just going to make a Karn Struct.
Let us begin. Some
Start attacking him.
must be built.
I think he's got Expansion Explosion in his deck. He might have exiled a lot of... Well, again, I think he's just exiling lands, because I think it has to show me what they are if they're non-lands. Buy cards.
Can end in victory.
We'll just attack for 1 and main phase of Chemistry's Insight. We just want to keep hitting lands. There's a search for Scanta and a Teferi. Decent draws. We've gotten rid of 2 Banefires so far. Didn't miss it. I can mortify him. Goodbye. My Karn Struct. Still not quite close to flipping this thing. Alright, looks like Niv Mizzet will die to my Mortify. Definitely gonna do that right now. Suppose he should have scryed before he drew the card if he was... It's whatever though. Got 8 cards in my library, so my Escanto will flip immediately, should it resolve. Untap land that would allow me to play a search and still have absorb up would be nice, although I think we're just gonna get Banefired pretty soon here. Explosion for 7. Yeah, that's pretty good. Draw 7 new cards. Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, there is the land. I see my opponent's got like negates and more explosions. Just another Banefire should kill us. I think I'm like 0-3 against Burning Magic Master, which is very frustrating. This game was very winnable if I drew my 4th land a bit earlier. Obviously it was a mold of 5 with a 1-lander, but we had some scries and surveils. Another Power Stone Shard. I can't possibly absorb that. One of the cards I wouldn't mind drawing is a Thought Erasure to try and get another Banefire out of his hand. X equals 10? Guess we'll just cast it down. Uh-oh, City's Blessing. That's bad news. How's he got? 17 cards remaining? Taking out 2 Banefires. It's possible that he has a counterspell with this mana up, so maybe I should wait till my own turn to go cast down with Absorb backup. I get that, I think. So I go. I'm assuming I'm dead as soon as he untaps. To another uncountable Banefire. Maybe he'll just go for a big expansion explosion with a counter backup. 1, 2, 3. Each Power Stone Shard taps for 4 mana. To Niv Mizzet. Well, I guess I'll Chemistry's Insight in response. This Kaya's Wrath and Niv Mizzet. He might just be able to 11 me with spells here. Certainly, I'm dead to an explosion. Down to 12 cards in library. Enough cantrips will kill me here. 6. Get all these lands. And he's got like 6 lands underneath the Sanctum too. Alright, he's almost right. He's got 4 more colored mana. Sorry, 5 more colored mana. Put me out of my misery, Bernie. Oh. Down to 3 cards remaining. Actually, no, that'll kill me. Never mind. The Hydrate Crisis drawing cards. Alright. Interesting match at least. Game, I should say. Not Bernie Magic Master again. Oh, someone named Ultimate Prince. Yeah, I'll keep. Got the Search to find our double blue for Absorb. We got Blood Erasure and a Cast Down. Moment of Craving is a nice one. My opponent doesn't play a Legion's Landing here. Oh man, he's got a lot of beaters. I think I have to Thought Erasure. But I'm gonna take a bit of a hit. Benelish Marshal or History Benalia. Tide Taker, I'll just take the Tide Taker, I guess. Kai's Wrath, thank you. Yes, I think I'll keep that on top. I think I'll need it. Oof, that is brutal. Legion's Landing right up top, flipping it immediately. Is he gonna get... He's close to City's Blessing, actually. Hit me for 6, flip Legion's Landing. I need to find a land to go with this Kaya's Wrath to do anything. I think I have to... Moment of Craving something right now. Like, I could play Search for Vizcanta just to maximize my chances of getting a land next turn. Right now, what is he gonna... He's gonna hit me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If he gets City's Blessing, which he can easily do just by activating a Danto. I guess I wait till his turn. Well, if I Moment of Craving now, I deny him City's Blessing. Not really. He could probably get City's Blessing. I think I'll just play around the potential of him having Benelish Marshal by waiting to cast down on his turn. That Legion's Landing was pretty good. Well, I'm glad I waited. So casting down the Benelish Marshal saves me more life than casting down a creature. Yeah, so now even a Shockland won't do it. I need exactly... Oh, Cry the Carnarium almost does it. Snubhorn Sentry's too big. GG's. That was a pretty good drop from my opponent through a Thought Erasure. Yeah, we can keep this. retreat, eh? Okay. We have the negate for a turn 3 history of Benalia. Unless he has a Tithe Taker this turn. Does not, that's good. Play the Isolated Chapel. I think we hold a negate rather than play the Search this turn. Oh, this is like something else entirely. Oh, this is Jeskai Drakes. Well, that's a whole nother ball game. Guess we will play this Search here then and play a Water Grave tapped. So he's going to have stuff like Deafening Clarion and Shocks and the like. And he just had nothing there. Don't think we want Cry the Carnarian. Well, this will be a pretty easy game if my opponent doesn't draw a 4th land, and he never gives his Enigma Drake any power. Well, why wouldn't you just opt on your own turn? I guess he's holding up counter magic? Guess I'll turn on a Chart of Course if he has one. I think he's holding up counter magic, which he may decide to use here. Doesn't look like he's getting it. I think I'll take that. We're going to Thought Erasure him. He might negate or ionize my Thought Erasure. I think I'll negate his negate. Let's see what he's working with over there. Maybe if it's like a Ral or a Niv-Mizzet. Some Crackling Drakes. I think I'll take one of them. Another negate. Sure. That Discovery's decent. So I think I'm gonna do is. Oh, now we've dealt with 3 Crackling Drakes. I was thinking of Ixalan's Binding. Waiting till he plays Crackling Drake and Ixalan's Binding it. But now I don't think I'll do that. Could graveyard this negate. We'll just play around Spell Pierce. I think we'll Mortify. Now we'll cast down this guy. I'm worrying about Niv-Mizzet is a very high potential card that he could have. It's gonna try and use things that can't target Niv-Mizzet. There's a Crackling Drake. So 3 Crackling Drakes down. He doesn't have any blue mana. He's just gonna concede? Alright. I was probably gonna Mortify the Crackling Drake and then untap Teferi, so I guess it's worth conceding in that spot. He really wanted the blue mana to protect his Crackling Drake or something? Alright, Platinum 2-4. It's going much faster than last season because the deck we've chosen is winning quite a bit. And we're playing best of ones. We're on the draw with... Well, we do have a Kaya's Wrath. Let's get greedy. We need a black source to deploy either of these. And obviously we don't want to be too far behind when he starts doing stuff. Play the Drowned Catacomb here. If this is the Rakdos mid-range deck, some of the cards I'm worried about are Angrath if he's got it main, obviously more treasure maps, the stupid 2-1 pirate thing that can cast my spells. I'll start holding up Absorb now. Might have the black mana for Wrath's Contempt on my Teferi and such, but he might not. I'll probably counter... Oh yeah, I'll definitely counter Karn. I'll counter it with Negate, because Absorb can hit creatures. Could go for Thought Erasure here. I think I can just wait till next turn, when I can Thought Erasure and still hold up Absorb. I think I'll absorb that. I don't currently have an answer, and I would take a lot of damage from it. Okay, now I have double black. Let's see what he's got working with. He will be flipping Treasure Map pretty soon and start drawing additional cards off that. There's an Eldest Reborn, another Chain Whirler, and some Shocks. I think I'll take the Eldest Reborn just so my Teferis are safe, and I don't think I want additional Thought Erasures right now. I think I'll just let Chain Whirler resolve. And then Vraska's Contempt or Kai's Wrath it at some point. There's a search for his Scanta. Let's get that going. That will probably help us win pretty fast here. I'm just going to pay the 2 life to have the option to Vraska's Contempt this Chain Whirler at the end of turn. Red-black cannot kill a search for his Scanta once it's resolved, so we're all set on that front. So my opponent has 2 Shocks, an unknown card. He'll draw a card for his turn, have a 3rd unknown card. But again, he's going to have to draw a lot of dead cards like Shocks, Lava Coils, and things of that nature. How's my... We're not very close to flipping Escanta. A Carnage of Carnival Carnage fame would be bad. I think we're just going to... Oh, pass the damage. Yeah, we did that during combat. Yeah, we'll just Vraska's Contempt this man instead. Mortify. It's decent. I think I'll bin it though. I really just want Teferi or Karn. And maybe just flipping his Scanta is also pretty good. I'll probably be pretty liberal with Absorb here. Yeah, definitely absorbing that. Although I could have mortified it. I just want to flip Escanta here. This guarantees it. Oh, baby. So we can play Teferi. See, another Eldest Reborn would be bad for me. But so would be, like... just yeah, there's a few things. But, like, he could have Thought Erasure and Duress, that sort of stuff. What's the worst case? I play Teferi. He plays Eldest Reborn number 2. Could just sit on his Scanta for 1 turn and wait till I can protect this Teferi. Let's try that. Since I am, it's too late now, but since I was going to Scanta anyway, maybe I should have main phased it in case I find like a Thought Erasure. It's something I wanted to cast this same turn. Chain Whirler, no biggie. More Teferis? Yeah, I'll take a Teferi. I'm gonna main phase. Wait, how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I'll go for a Teferi. Plus.
I won't hide from the world any longer. Let's skip to the good part.
I think I'll shock myself. So we can cast down this Chain Whirler and still activate his Kanta. Eldest Reborn number 2 is what I'm most worried about. We may just go shock, shock, shock. Cast down this guy. Please don't Eldest Reborn me. Ugh. I'm gonna hit negate, aren't I? No, oof, Kai's Wrath. I think what I'll do... Well, I'll try and mortify the Eldest Reborn, first and foremost. Well, I'm just gonna play Fairy here. Plus.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. Hurry!
Play that tapped. We'll tap some relevant lands. I'm gonna brute force him with multiple Teferis this game, I think. We'll discard a Chapel to the Eldest Reborn. Basically gonna have to let him get the Eldest Reborn. Is this where we play Goblin Chain Whirler plus double shock to kill my second Teferi? My opponent will get the third mode of Eldest Reborn, get one of my Teferis, then I'll play my own Teferi and bounce my Teferi back to second card from top of my library. Unless I find... Okay, down to
According to plan.
one Teferi in hand and one Teferi gonna come out of our graveyard. I need this Teferi to bounce the Teferi that he gets, so I guess I'll just wait for him to get it before I play this other one. So I guess I'll just Escanta right now. I could still hold up Absorb. Ooh, there's Thought Erasure and Chemist's Insight. That's pretty good. He has no more treasure tokens. I think I'll take the Thought Erasure. I think I'll go for it next turn, because I can go Teferi, I can go Thought Erasure, Teferi, and have Absorb. And I'll be able to see the maximum number of cards. So he's got my Teferi.
I'm known for my excellent timing. Keep up the pace!
He's got some lands on tap. Alright. Thought Erasure him. This Teferi that I play to bounce my Teferi is gonna die. There's no way I can... Oh, he's just gonna start shocking me? Oh, that works actually quite well. If he uses all the shocks, because I'm gonna play this Teferi, it's gonna go to 1 loyalty. But if he uses all the shocks on me... Oh, I just got 2 lava coils? Okay. Excellence Binding. Yeah, that's good. Play the Teferi. He is sad. Minus my own Teferi into my own library.
Reverse!
And absorb anything he could do to threaten this Teferi. Like this Theater of Horrors. Yeah, I'll absorb it because he can use the the mana to ping and killed my Teferi. Even though I have Ixalan's Binding and Mortify, I just want to keep as many Teferis alive as possible, and that was good enough for a concession. I think this will be our last game. Gotta do some errands. So again, sorry for the late start of Bridge stream, but we slept. We were watching Channel Fireball's coverage of the modern Grand Prix in Los Angeles. Saw that Michael Bernal won with Is It Phoenix? We're up against Rusty Dildo. Yeah, I can keep this. It's a little soft to some kinds of decks. Not soft to planes anymore now that we have the Cry of the Carnarium. Tide Taker, sure. Double Thought Erasure. Okay, let's take out anything that would prevent my Cry. Oh, hello, this is something else entirely. Well, let's see. Basically, what does my opponent have? He's got planes, so he can't actually cast many things. March of the Multitudes could be a threat. Growth Chamber Guardian could be a threat. What's the most threatening thing he could do next turn? Not like none of these things are really threatening, so it's basically because of my my Moment of Craving, my Cry of the Carnarium answers both of these things. I think the biggest long-term threat may be this Conclave Tribunal because I have a Teferi in my hand, or this March of the Multitudes. Let's take the Conclave Tribunal here. Don't think I want the cast down. Let's go from there. Almost wouldn't mind him playing like Forest and one of his creatures there, so that it can get a Cry the Carnarium going. Oh, okay, there we go. It's going for the Growth Chamber Guardian. Okay, we're going to Cry the Carnarium right now. And next turn we'll be able to Thought Erasure this March of the Multitudes and Moment of Craving the Amara. Oh. Alright. Still going for that play. Take out your March. Escanta on top? Yeah, I think I want an Escanta. Wish I had it in my hand right now. What's he got? My opponent adds nothing else to the board. I'm just going to go Teferi and minus on Tide Taker. Could just plus. That's minus.
Sorry I'm late.
Let's plus.
You know what? I'm not.
Couldn't really make up my mind there. Maybe minusing was better. I can't really decide. Well, got him to concede, so whatever I did was the right answer. Oh, we gotta keep playing. We'll keep playing until we lose. We'll either keep playing until we lose or we rank up here. I gotta go grocery shopping. Bake some cookies. Do some dishes. Yeah, we'll keep this. Search for Escanta is such a good card. Particularly for best of one. Just give me the card selection. Uh-oh. Alright, we might lose right now. There's a Kai's Wrath. we take one. Cast down the Pyromancer. Don't think we can keep Ixalan's Binding. Karn, not great either. Casting down now versus on my opponent's turn doesn't change anything. There's potential that if my opponent like left back Fanatical Firebrand, that casting down could have been interesting. Another one. I think we'll take that. We'll play Karn, and we can minus Karn. Which saves us the most life. We can minus Karn, make a Karnstruct to try to block the Viashino Pyromancer. Yeah, I think that saves us the most life.
Oh, say hello to
He didn't do anything in the end step. Oh, actually, a Goblin Chain Whirler would have blown out the minus there. Lots of Lava Runners. Well, if I can get a land for this Kaya's Wrath, I need a white land.
farewell.
Do these things have haste now? No, they don't. Oh, that's very lucky. White land, white land, white land, white land. Come on, white land. Oh, yes. I think worth it there. Ooh, Experimental Frenzy. We need to deal with that very quickly. Need a Mortify. We can -3 on it.
Let's slow this down.
I think that's worth doing.
Time is much more malleable than people think.
Our Teferi probably dies, yeah. Oh no, it's still summon. It's still no haste. Oh, now it's haste. Yeah, killed Teferi.
I really should have seen that coming.
Let's see. I guess I can keep that. That'll allow me to still Iskanta. Because we need to have an answer to that Experimental Frenzy before long. We'll cast down the Lava Runner. Hopefully this is just a land in hand. Alright, we need a Mortify or a... That's pretty darn good. I guess we'll take a Vraska's Contempt. None of those was an answer to Experimental Frenzy. Play an Iskanta. Vraska's Contempt this guy. He'll tap out for Frenzy, maybe play a land off it or something. Can't really do much more than that. Okay, just the land. Yeah, I guess we'll take a Teferi. Decline the transform. We'll minus on the Experimental Frenzy again.
This isn't a fight you can win.
I
I'm not
have
ready for
lost
this
Karn
yet.
and one Teferi. Looks like losing second Teferi. Oh, oh, he stole that one. I guess he didn't want me to untap with the Teferi. Actually, we'll also get our 15th win. Okay, we're gonna play until we get our 15th win today. Get our last ICR. I've been rocking the Jaya? What? I've got Jaya Ballard as my profile? That's not me. Oh well. Uh-oh, more mountains. Let's go for Watery Grave. That was a good draw. Wouldn't mind Ixalan's Binding something like a Viashino Pyromancer. Here I think I'm just going to Mortify so I can play my Hallowed Fountain tapped here. And then next turn we can play a Drowned Catacomb and cast a Fairy. Lightning Strikes to the Dome? I'm alright with that. Drowned Catacomb, Fairy Plus.
Hold that
There's an
thought.
Absorb. Next turn we can Kai's Wrath any creature he plays. Okay, okay.
Let's skip to the good part.
Nice. Does that rank us up too? Oh, what a beautiful victory this is. Rank up to Platinum 3. Get our 15th ICR, and we can finish the stream on that note. What a beautiful ending. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and windmill slam the subscribe button above to see more like it in the future. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me streaming Magic Arena every weekday morning at twitch.tv/BlinkyMTG. Hope to see you there.